What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, with the Niner Sickness podcast. Welcome, everyone. Everyone, welcome to the show. We're going to talk 49er football. We're going to break down the game that was played yesterday. We're going to talk about Brock Purdy. We're going to talk about Tom Brady. Are the Buccaneers done? Are they done? Do the Niners have a chance to make the playoffs? Do the Niners have a chance to make the Super Bowl? What does it mean to the 49ers losing Deebo Samuel? How long is Deebo going to miss? We're going to talk all about that right after this. Everyone, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Niner Sickness podcast. Let's make sure to welcome everyone in the chat. But before I do, make sure to do me a favor and wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. I would appreciate that very much. Let's see here. Let's say hi to Damien in the house. What's up, Damien? Ooh, that's small. Right, put it right there. What's up, Damien Lee? How you doing? We got my girl, Melissa. How you doing, Melissa? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you. We got Jason Niner Smash. What's up, Jason? How you doing, sir? We got Big Eats for Big Peeps. What's up, brother? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. David McNew is in the house. What's up, David? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? Let's talk 49er football. What a game. What a game we had yesterday. Let's be honest. The only downside to yesterday's game was truthfully losing Deebo. Losing Deebo to an injury that we all thought it was a knee injury, possible ACL. Now it's being reported that it's a high ankle injury. Normally a high ankle injury takes anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. Now, the last time I heard, Kyle Shanahan mentioned that the MRIs have not been done yet. So I don't know if you have heard anything from that point on. Has the MRIs come back? Do you guys know anything further of Mr. Deebo? Because the last thing I heard was high ankle sprain, possibly can miss anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. That means he will be gone for the remainder of the season. Possibly will be able to come back for the playoffs. And we need Deebo. We definitely need Deebo. It sucks that he got hurt. It's like I'm sick and tired of these victories with consequences, right? Man, it's an awesome win, and it's like, man, when are these Niners not going to get hurt? Is it truly the curse of Levi Stadium? What is it? What is the water at Santa Clara? Is it different than the water in the San Francisco? I mean, what's happening? Why are we having so many injuries? I understand injuries part of football. I understand injuries happen across all 31 teams. But it seems like the Niners get affected by it more than others. Maybe it seems that way because we're focused on the Niners. I'm pretty sure other teams can tell me different. They're like, hey, wait a minute. No. Our team is more hurt than your team. That's a possibility. But the fact that we lost Debo and we're going into a short week and we're going to go and face our rivals, the Seattle Seahawks. The good thing about it is, if the Niners win, and I say if because there's no absolutes in life. But if the Niners win on Thursday, they will win the division. They will be 5-0 within the division. There's no way the Seattle can ever come back from that. So all the 49ers got to do is win this Thursday, and we will be champions of the NFC West. Now, the Niners are going to have to do this without Deebo Samuel. But I think that with the emergence of CMC, Jordan Mason has been running the ball very well. Brandon Ayuk being truthfully that number one receiver. That offensive line playing good. And let's be honest. Who would have thunk it, right? Brock Purdy. Is he the real deal? This guy's phenomenal. This guy, listen, when Jimmy G went down, we don't know what, a lot of us is like, the season's over. The season's over. We're done. Jimmy Garoppolo was our last hope. We lost Trey in week 2. We had Jimmy on the roster. Our season was still salvaged by Jimmy. Now that Jimmy went down, oh my God, our season's over. What are we going to do? And we did not lose a beat with Brock. Matter of fact, nobody can tell me otherwise. Brock has elevated the offense. Hasn't he? Hasn't Brock made the offense better? Isn't the offense playing better than it did with Jimmy G? I understand Jimmy G has not thrown an interception in a few games. But I see Brock elevating this offense. Now I can truly see the Niners going somewhere with Brock. More than I ever thought they can go with Jimmy. Maybe it's because he's the new toy and Jimmy's the old toy. But I don't know about you guys. I like what I see in Brock. I'm excited. What's up, Eric? Welcome. Eric is a Seattle fan, but he's a real cool, respectful dude. Everybody welcome Eric. Not as Seahawks, but welcome Eric. Melissa says MCL sprain and an ankle for Debo. Okay. So that's normally about 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how he rehabs. But I think listen, I'm not gonna dismiss or devalue the presence of Debo. Debo is important to this offense. I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect Debo. Debo is very important to what we need in this offense. But with Brock, with Brandon Ayuk, CMC, Jordan Mason, George Kittle, Juice, Jawan Jennings, and Ray McLeod, and maybe we can sprinkle in some Danny Gray, we should be able to manage the remainder of the games we have in the regular season. And once Debo gets healthy, The positive thing about this is that Debo will be fresh. Fresh, ready to go. Dina, welcome to the YouTube channel. How you doing, girl? Welcome. Debo will be fresh legs. He'll be ready to rock and roll, and we need that for the playoffs. We win Thursday. All we got to do is go to Seattle, and easier said than done, but go to Seattle. Thank you to the Carolina Panthers, by the way. Thank you to the Carolina Panthers for beating the Seahawks in Seattle. The Carolina Panthers have now won a road game in over 13 months. And they go into Seattle and beat Seattle. By doing so, all the Niners got to do now is go to Seattle, do the same, and they are champions of the NFC West. Damn, losing my guy like Samuel is absolutely huge for you all. I was hoping you would have better news about Debo. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. And this is coming from a Seahawks fan. Cool guy, man. You got to love this kid. Jason says, shit talking has already started here in Seattle. I bet it has. I bet it's going like wildfire. But all the Niners got to do, Jason, is win on Thursday. They got to do it without without Samuel. They're going to have to emphasize Kittle more into the plays. They do that, we are NFC West champions. The Vikings lost against the Lions. That helps us. Now, somebody told me, while the Cowboys didn't lose, they won, but the Cowboys are not fighting for the division. We're not worried about the Cowboys' record. We're worried about the Vikings' record because the Vikings are leading the division in the North. The Cowboys can have a better record than the Niners, but still be a lower seed. Matter of fact, to prove my point, most likely Tampa Bay is going to win the South, right? That's a bad division right now, the NFC South. But yet, they're going to have a home game. They're probably going to host the Cowboys. So my point being is, if Minnesota keeps losing and we keep winning, we can end up with a second seed. Now, people tell me, well, what's the difference between the second and third seed? We're not going to get a bye. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they're already going to win the number one seed. True. Now, anything can still happen, but true. The difference between the second seed and the third seed, for those that don't know, and those that do, bear with me, is if you're the third seed, you host one game at home in the playoffs. And then you got to go play the wild card you play at home, and then the divisional game you play on the road, and then if you make it to the championship game, you play on the road. Okay? If you're the second seed, you don't have a bye. That belongs to the Eagles. But now you have two playoff games at home. So if you get past the wild card at home, the next game will still be at home. So it's two games at home for the second seed. Then they go to for the championship, they'll go to Philly. And that's if Philly wins their games. But if you're the second seed, okay, keep this in mind too. If for whatever reason Philadelphia loses, if they lose in the first round, and you can't tell me that doesn't happen, it happens. If they lose in the first round, guess what? Now the NFC Championship will be played in Santa Clara. That's why it's so important to get that second seed. Now, I will be okay with the third seed, but the second seed is way better than the third. And that's the difference. What's up, Hayden? Joseph Hayden, welcome. Joe Moles, welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Jerry Rice came out telling Shanahan to stop running receivers. And Jerry Rice needs to keep his mouth shut. I'm sorry. I love Jerry Rice. He's the GOAT, but he's not a coach. He's not a coach. He's a receiver that is retired. You want to wear your pom-poms in the field and root for the team, go for it. But don't be telling Kyle Shanahan is the head coach. Whether you agree with him or not, you got to take the good and the bad when it comes to Kyle Shanahan. Did I like that he ran Debo down the middle where is more risk of him getting hurt? No. But Kyle is trying to win a game. Debo is a runner. Injuries happen to anyone. What happens if Debo would have ran on the outside and got hurt? Then it's okay? I hate that it's Kyle's fault. It's Kyle's fault that Trey got hurt. It's Kyle's fault that Debo got hurt. I didn't see Kyle out there tackling Debo. This is where you and I will probably disagree. And I'm not talking about Joe. I'm talking about in general. Those that think that it's Kyle's fault will disagree with me. That's fine. I don't like the fact that he ran him down the middle, but I don't blame Kyle for Debo's injury. I don't blame Kyle for Trey's injury. That's absurd, at least to me. Injuries happen. It sucks that it happens, but it happens. Yes, they are overrated. I agree. Oh, I like that too. That's a good point. Playoffs start this Thursday. What's up, Maverick? How you doing, sir? Call sign Maverick is in the house. What's up, my brother? Damien, okay, he's talking to Damien. Seahawks, guys, you all need to do is just win. I think Thursday might be difficult. Leslie is in the house. How you doing, Leslie? Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Injuries happen. I hate that it happens. It sucks when it happens, but they're part of football. It is what it is. Can't blame the injuries on nobody. You can't even blame the injury on the other team. It just happens. It sucks, but it happens. What's up, Javier Rios? Welcome to the channel, my friend. The Cowboys, he is actually playing. Cowboys need to be scared. The Cowboys almost lost. The Cowboys almost lost to the Texans. Now, I understand divisional games are hard played. I understand that it doesn't matter if you have 10 wins or no wins. Divisional games are hard played. They know each other all too well. But Dallas is supposed to be the way better team than that one-win team in Houston. And yet, Houston should have won that game. I caught part of it where Dak Prescott threw an interception late in the fourth quarter. And the Texans had it at the Cowboy at their own 10-yard line. All they had to do was punch it in for a touchdown and win the game. They couldn't do that in 4 tries. And what did the Cowboys do? They ran it the opposite side and won the game. That is just a bad team when it comes to the Texans. But it tells you that even though the Texans should have won, they exploited the Cowboys for the fakes that they really are. I am not afraid to play the Cowboys in the playoffs. I am not afraid to play the Vikings in the playoffs. I'm not even afraid to play the Eagles in the playoffs. If Brock can continue to play the way he's playing at this level, the run game being as good as it is right now, even with the absence of Debo. And again, Debo is a very, very important part of this offense. But even with the absence of Debo, this team can truly win out in the regular season. They're that good. This defense, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculously good. Our secondary is good. We have the best trio of linebackers in the NFL. We have a great front four. This defense, ladies and gentlemen, defense wins championships. I say it, I'm old school, and I'll live it until the day I die. Offense puts people in the seats, but defense wins championships. The 2000 Baltimore Ravens did it with Dilford, right? Dilford, was it? They won a Super Bowl. I believe the Buccaneers, when they won their Super Bowl, not the last one, but the very first Super Bowl, their quarterback wasn't that good. What's up, Matthew Navarro? So how many can agree that losing Jimmy G, Brock, is definitely an upgrade? How many can agree that Brock is an upgrade to Jimmy G? I don't know about you, but I am confident we can win out. We can win in the division. We can win in the playoffs, and we can make it to the Super Bowl with Brock. Call me crazy. Call me a fanatic. Call me an emotional fan. Call me Mr. Pom-Pom. I don't care. I believe in Brock. This kid is special. This kid is special with Kyle Shanahan at the helm. If all cylinders are firing the way they did against Tampa Bay, we made Tampa Bay look like garbage. Yes, they're not the same Tampa Bay of the Super Bowl. Yes, they have a lot of injured players on offense. But it's still Tom Brady. Now, a lot of you guys seen Tom Brady yesterday. I'm talking to you Niner fans that want Tom Brady. You Niner fans that want Tom Brady, did you see the Tom Brady of 45 years old against our defense? He will be 46 next year. Do you truly want a 46-year-old player like Tom Brady on your team? You guys saw firsthand what Tom Brady looks like. You might say, wow, that offense of the Buccaneers are not that good. Imagine what Tom Brady can do with our offense. We don't need Tom Brady. We have Trey Lance, and now we have Brock Purdy. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm sorry, Brock. Matthew, what did you put on here? If Brock Purdy can keep playing like this, what would this mean for Lance? We are not there yet, Matthew. That's in a conversation for us to carry on the offseason. I want to see how far Brock can take us. I think that out of respect for Lance and out of respect for the organization, let's wait and see how far Brock Purdy can take us. Now, I'll say this. If Brock Purdy takes us to the Super Bowl and we win the Super Bowl, and we win it because of Brock, then it is fair to say that we need to consider the conversation about who starts next year. Or at the very least, there should be a competition between Trey Lance and Brock. But until then, Trey Lance is our starter, and Brock is a very good developing backup. For me, at least. But if Brock can take us far into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl, and win it, and we win because of Brock, then the conversation should begin about our two quarterbacks. But that's a good problem to have. That is a great problem to have. Welcome, Steve-O, to the conversation. How you doing, sir? First off, Debo ran outside the hashes, took 4 steps and cut inside and spun. That's a very good point, Steve-O. Very good point. People want to blame somebody. When something doesn't go your way or doesn't go right, it's always natural to try to blame something or someone. Instead of just accepting for what it is, we want to blame something or someone. It is not Kyle's fault that Debo got hurt. It's just a bad situation that sucks, but it's nobody's fault. What up, Vato? Hope your day is going well. It's going fabulous. It is Victory Monday. Victory Monday. You can never go wrong with Victory Monday, baby. We're 9-4. We're 9-4. We're heading into a game on Thursday. All we got to do is beat the Sea Chickens, and we are the NFC champions once again. The 49ers will be back where they rightfully belong, on top of the West. And the Rams are exactly where they belong, at the bottom of the NFC West. You know what's funny, guys? I'm not going to get away too much about my Niners, but our Niners, excuse me. But I am going to mention this. Ram fans, they cracked me up. The Rams played last Thursday. They played a terrible Raiders team. The Raiders are trash. The Raiders are garbage. Derek Carr sucks. Their defense, besides their defensive end Crosby, they don't have nobody else. They have Crosby on defense, and they have Josh, the running back, on offense. Other than that, the Raiders suck. The Rams, yes, they came back and beat the Raiders with freaking Mayfield. And these Ram fans look like they just won the Super Bowl. These Ram fans are playing things out like they won. Like, we found our quarterback of the future. Baker Mayfield is trash. Baker Mayfield is poison in the locker room. Baker Mayfield is immature. But yet, the Ram fans are so excited that they were able to come back and beat the Raiders of all teams with a trash quarterback like Baker Mayfield. And now they're so fired up. My boy Rudy from Ramelia Sports Report putting videos of the victory of Baker Mayfield and the Rams. You're still in last place. You're still in the cellar. That quarterback still sucks. He had a good game and a great comeback. But he still sucks. Your team still sucks. We're making the playoffs. We have the chance to win the West on Thursday. Your team is in the basement. So go ahead and enjoy your win against the Raiders with Baker Mayfield. But you played against the Raiders. What's up, Brian? How you doing, sir? Welcome. You played against the Raiders, and all of a sudden, the Rams are all happy because they have Baker freaking Mayfield. He is trash. Say it with me. Baker Mayfield is trash. Unbelievable, these Raider fans. What has the storyline come to for the Ram fans? Last year, NFC champions, NFC winners, Super Bowl winners, to now. Yay, we won! We beat the Raiders with Baker Mayfield. He's only been on this team for 2 days, and we won. Whoopee! Quick reminder, Ram fans, you're still 4-9. And you're at the bottom of the NFC West. You are where the garbage is at the bottom. So go ahead and celebrate your victory last Thursday. This Thursday, we're going to show you what a real victory is when we beat the Seattle Seahawks and when we win the NFC West. Leslie says, I love Jimmy, but I will go on record right now as saying Brock is an upgrade. That kid there's something about him. I believe in Brock, the Rock. I love it. Brock brings a new element. There's a thing that here, let me see if I can show it to you guys. I seen this earlier. I took a picture of it. Did I do it on this phone? Yeah, here we go. Check this out. Oh, wrong camera. Sorry. This is what happens when you have multiple cameras. You see that? Deep touchdown passes thrown outside the numbers. Okay? Deep touchdown passes thrown outside the numbers. Purdy had two of them in the second quarter of yesterday's victory. Jimmy G has had 2 in the last 3 years. Unbelievable. Jimmy had 2 outside throws in the last 3 years. Brock had 2 in the second quarter of yesterday's game. Come on now. You're going to tell me that Brock is not a better quarterback than Jimmy G? And for all those Jimmy G fans that said, but we win games with Jimmy G. Well, the more games that Brock wins, guess what? That's going to punch a hole in that theory. Now, I'm not against Jimmy G. I'm not a Jimmy G hater. There are people out there that hate Jimmy G. I don't hate Jimmy G. I am grateful for what he's done. I am grateful that he's kept it cordial in the locker room. He's been respectful. He hasn't been a distraction. He's told what he done. He does what he's told. He plays to the best of his ability. And for that, I always will be grateful for Jimmy Garoppolo. But with that said, Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Jimmy. Yes, you can hold me on record saying that. In my opinion, Brock is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, you might say, but wait a minute, Niner Beto. Brock has only played 1 game as a starter and came in the week before. Jimmy has started so many times, right? It doesn't matter. You can see it in the footwork. You can see it in the confidence. You can see it in the mechanics of Brock, how he throws the ball, how he sets his feet when he's about to throw. All those mechanics that you see on the 22 film, you can see how much better Brock is over Jimmy Garoppolo. How you doing, Christian Carver? Welcome to the channel, my friend. I am very surprised how Brock has played so far on short notice, and I am glad he's playing very well so far. I hear you, bro. Honestly, I didn't watch too much film of Brock in college. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. I know he played in the Big 12. I know he played in big games in the Big 12. I know he was a fourth year starter there, but I didn't really watch a lot of his games. So when Jimmy went down, I'm like, oh crap. Oh crap. What team loses both of their starting quarterbacks in one season? Can you name me another team that has lost their starting quarterback in week 2 and then their backup quarterback in week 13 or week 12? And I just want to give credit where credit is due. Greasy, our quarterbacks coach, and Kyle Shanahan is doing a phenomenal job. We are on our third, not our second, but our third string quarterback. Mr. Irrelevant. Last pick of the 2022 draft. And we're 9-4. He is 2-0. Technically 1-0 as a starter, but 2-0 from taking over. How far can your San Francisco 49ers go? How far can they go this year? What are your confidence? What are your thoughts on Brock? Do you believe in Brock? Are you behind Brock? Do you think that what he did yesterday is a fluke? Do you think what he did against Miami was kind of like, I don't know. Maybe he beat Miami. Maybe he beat the Bucs. Listen, the Bucs offense might not have been as it used to be, but their defense is still the real deal. Their defense is still the real deal. Their 2 linebackers are right behind our linebackers. And you saw what Brock was able to do to that defense. Todd Bowles, he loves to bring the heat. Todd Bowles is known for dialing up blitzes. And he came after Brock Purdy. But it doesn't faze him. Brock Purdy doesn't get fazed. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't panic. He anticipates each and every throw. If you look at the film and you watch Brock throw, he anticipates his throws. Meaning, before the receiver actually turns around to see the ball is already in the air. If you look at the film, he anticipates. The receiver still hasn't made their break yet, and the ball is already in the air. I didn't see that from Jimmy G. This kid is the real deal. Now, I am not saying he's going to take over Trey Lance. I'm not saying I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is Brock Purdy is the real deal as our quarterback this season. It is what it is. Trey Lance is hurt. Jimmy is hurt. We are with Trey. Now, I heard that Brock is hurt. What's up, Lisa Moreno? Welcome to the channel. Let's keep in prayer that he can play on Thursday. He might not be able to play on Thursday. I heard it's a pec or I forgot what, or not a pec, but something's wrong with him that because it happens to pitchers and quarterbacks and it limits their throwing motion. Hopefully he'll be fine. Hopefully he can play on Thursday because honestly, going into Seattle with Josh Johnson, it's not a confidence builder for me. That's a deal breaker. It's going to be tough for Brock to win in Seattle with all that craziness in Seattle. Imagine Josh Johnson starting. Oh, hell no. So let's hope that he's okay and he'll be able to play. Now let's talk about, we know that Debo's hurt. We know Debo's going to miss at least 4 to 6 weeks. Prayer for Debo. Debo, get better. Take care of yourself, my friend, and we'll see you in the playoffs, hopefully. Next man up. I don't know about you, but Brandon Ayuk has already been playing like the number one receiver. Many might argue that even when Debo's on the lineup, Brandon Ayuk is still the number one receiver. Now, who's going to step up besides Brandon? In the receiver department, I'm not talking about Kittle, and I'm not talking about CMC. Even though Kittle as a tight end can be used as a receiver, even though CMC as a running back can be used as a receiver, I'm not talking about those two yet. Purely the receivers on our roster. Who's going to step up? Is it going to be Jennings? He's going to need to. Is it going to be Ray McLeod? He's going to need to. Is it going to be Danny Gray? Do they bring in a receiver? Who do we have in the practice squad? Who's going to step up other than Brandon Ayuk? We know Brandon Ayuk is going to handle his business. We know he's going to do his part. But who can Brock depend on opposite of Brandon Ayuk? Because Brandon Ayuk is going to demand double coverage now. Who's going to get open opposite of Brandon? Is it going to be Juwan Jennings with that big body and that big frame? Is it going to be Danny Gray? Now that we know that Brock can throw it outside? Is it going to be Ray? Who's going to step up in your opinion? Let me know in the comments. 91649er, what's up, faithful? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for your boy Niner Sickness. I would appreciate it. Steve says, Bucks suck and have no chemistry because the team knows he's retired to go play with the Dolphins. I don't want Tom Brady next year. And I hope that a lot of you Niner fans that seen the game yesterday can kind of put that, let's bring Tom Brady to the Niners. Hopefully you guys can put that to bed. Let's bring this, we can win a championship with Tom Brady. No, we can't. Tom Brady is, I'll take my chances with Trey Lance and Brock. Maybe that's me. You're exactly right. This is the man. Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant, and he's doing all of that by himself. He's got a lot of talent. He does. And that talent and experience, playing 4 years in the Big 12, benefits him. I will worry about next year's starting quarterback in the offseason. Exactly, Jason. Right now, the reality is this. We are down to our third string quarterback, who is pretty amazing, who has exceeded pretty much everyone's expectations of that position. Anybody other than his parents and his family believed in Brock before Brock played for the Niners a down? You're lying. Nobody believed in Brock prior to him taking over in the Miami's game. Let's be honest. Me included. The only ones that believed in Brock was his family. It wasn't even the coaches. Because if the Niners believed in Brock so much, why was Jimmy still starting? Now, could it be that Jimmy was playing so good that why let Brock continue to learn? There you go. Let Brock continue to learn. Is that Kyle's mentality? Hey, we're winning games with Jimmy. Let's keep Brock in the back burner. We know how good he is, but let's not bring him out until we need to. That's a possibility. But nobody other than Brock, the coaches, and his family believed in him prior to the Dolphins game. And if you are one of the million that believed in him prior to him coming in for Jimmy, then hey, my hat's off to you. Because I sure didn't. Oh, please, let us beat those guys on Thursday. We beat them, Leslie. The 49ers are NFC champions, and we are automatically in the playoffs by winning our division. Automatically. Because if you win the division on Thursday, you can't lose it. No matter if the Niners lose out. If they beat the Seahawks on Thursday and they lose to Washington, to Raiders, and then the Cardinals, they still are in the playoffs because they won the division. Now, with that said, what the Niners are trying to do is trying to get that second seed. I mentioned that earlier. The Niners are trying to get to the second seed. If not the first seed, but at the very least, they're trying to get to the second seed. And the way that the way the Vikings are going, that's not far-fetched. Now, somebody told me, yeah, but the Cowboys have the same record than the Vikings. Won't the Cowboys get the second seed? I'm like, no. If the Cowboys were in front of Philly, then there will, between the Cowboys and Minnesota, would be fighting for first place. The fact that the Cowboys, even though they're 10-3, they're in second spot in the East, they automatically fall to the fifth spot. Okay? So it's always division winners. Let me put it this way. It's if the playoffs started today or this weekend, it's the Eagles, the Vikings, the Niners, Tampa Bay as division winners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then the Cowboys at 5. And then who will be 6? I'm trying to think about a team up there. Is it Washington or Seattle will be 6? And then Washington will be 7. Something like that. Those are your 7 teams. But the Niners still have the opportunity to win that second seed. This is why it's important to win against Seattle Thursday. Wrap up the division. Get that out of the way. Guarantee that we're in the playoffs. And then try to win the next 3 games so that we can, hopefully, the Vikings lose. And I believe the Niners and the Vikings are in the same record. We gotta look at the conference wins and losses. And I think the Niners might win that. And we're 9-4, and Minnesota's 10-3. We're only one game behind Minnesota. It is very doable that we can win and get that second seed. And again, for those that missed it earlier, what is the difference between the second seed and the third seed? The second seed gets to play 2 games in the playoffs at home. They got to win the first game, of course. But let's say the Niners are the second seed. If we win the wild card, we host the wild card, then we host the divisional game, then we go play at Philly. Now, if Philly loses their divisional game and we win, then that team comes and plays us for the NFC Championship game in Santa Clara. This is why it's so important to get that second seed. Don Dotson, welcome to the channel, my friend. Good afternoon, Niner family, from Don, Jayla, and Ariel. How you doing, ladies? Welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So, Niners also lost Kerry Hyder, but I heard that Kerry Hyder is not that bad. If the Niners were not blowing away the Buccaneers, that according to Kyle, he could have brought Kerry Hyder back in the game. So there's more precaution with him. Now, we got to wait and see what happens with Kevin Givens. Now, he's more serious with an ankle, I believe. We are already thin in the D tackle. Now, I heard that Javon Kinlaw will begin to practice next week. We need Javon. Regardless of what Javon Kinlaw is going to be, regardless if he's a bust in a lot of your minds, whether he's not a bust, regardless of what your thoughts of Javon, if we can get a healthy Javon Kinlaw, and he plays the remainder of the regular season and plays very well into the postseason, I am happy with that. I'm not going to worry too much. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to concern myself whether Javon Kinlaw is a bust, whether he's not a bust, whether we took him out of height. None of that matters. Can Javon Kinlaw come back next week, stay healthy for the remainder of the season and into the postseason? If he can do that, I will be pleased with one Javon Kinlaw, because we're going to need him. That D tackle line is thin. We lost Kevin Givens. We lost Ridgeway the week before. We got Eric Armstead back, which is amazing. And welcome back, Eric Armstead. But we need that big body next to Eric. Who is it going to be? Who is that next body? Is it going to be the kid that we brought from Minnesota? Remember when some Niner fans wanted Baker? I did not want Baker Mayfield. He is toxic. He may be a good player on the field. He may be able to run Kyle Shanahan's offense. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what he does in the locker room is disturbing. Not only that, but do you want to lose Nick Bosa? Do you want to lose Nick Bosa? Because I'm telling you right now, if we would have brought in Baker Mayfield, we would have lost Nick Bosa. You're like, wait a minute. How do you lose Nick Bosa? Nick Bosa would have kicked his ass. Nick Bosa would have kicked the crap out of Baker Mayfield, and he would have got arrested and went to jail. That's how we would have lost Bosa. Bosa would have stuck that flag where the sun don't shine for Mr. Baker Mayfield. Ohio State do not like the Sooners. And Nick Bosa definitely does not like Baker Mayfield. Not only that, but I guarantee you, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan got on the phone, said, hello? Hey, McCaffrey, what are you doing? Oh, you're barbecuing with the family? Oh, okay. We were thinking about bringing in Baker Mayfield. If he clears waivers and he gets to us at 24, we were thinking about getting Baker. What are your thoughts, Christian? Hello? Hello, Christian? Hello? Did we get disconnected? Christian's like, oh, hell no. You bring in Baker Mayfield, I'm out of here. The Niners did not want Baker Mayfield. But some 49er fans, not everyone, but some of you 40, and you know who you are. You're so emotional. You're so caught up with the new toys. This person is available. Oh, the Niners should go get him. This person became available. Oh, the Niners should go get him. There are of you that still want OBJ. Now that Debo got hurt, the whole OBJ has been started all over again. OBJ cannot play until the playoffs. And you don't know what you're getting in OBJ from his injury. Stop it. Stop being emotional. Stop. Baker Mayfield became available. Go and get him. OBJ's out there. Go and get him. Every player that gets cut, certain you Niner fans, you know who you are, want to go and sign them. Give me a freaking break. We have a Super Bowl roster. We have a Super Bowl roster with the ability to go to the Super Bowl and win it with the players we have in this roster now. The best part of it, the locker room, there's unity in the locker room. You don't want to bring division with the likes of one Baker Mayfield. Why do you want to bring that trash in? Why do you want to bring in OBJ? Why do you want to bring poison into a solid, good locker room right now? Why? Because they played good at one time? Because OBJ was... I'm not saying OBJ is not a good receiver. He is. And I'm not even going to say that OBJ will be a distraction. I think Baker would be a distraction. But not OBJ. But is OBJ, is he willing to be 100%? Is he going to be 100%? His old self from that injury. This is his second injury. Is he going to be the old OBJ? Just because a name pops up, it doesn't mean that we have to go out and get him. Louis Murner says, Ram fans think they will still running it back until waiting on... Yeah. But they have no joke. They have no joke. They have no choice. Tell me somebody that wants to go to the Rams right now. It's going to take for everyone else to pass up on OBJ for OBJ to maybe go back to the Rams and hope for the best next year. Ain't nobody want to go to the Rams. Baker Mayfield had no choice. He was picked up on waivers. So the Rams are trash. The Cardinals are no good. And Seattle's about to get their ass kicked on Thursday. Who are the champions? We are. Whose house? Our house. Who belongs on the top of the West? The Niners. 5-time Super Bowl. Listen, this is what I hear from Ram fans, particularly from Rudy. My boy Rudy. I love Rudy. Little delusional, but I love him anyway. His thing is, yeah, the Niners have 5 Super Bowls, but We won the last two. We won the last one from last year. Who cares? Who cares if your Super Bowl is as recent as last year? Good for you. Good for you. But yet it doesn't change. You only have two Super Bowl rings. Even if it was as late as last year, it still doesn't change the fact that you have two Super Bowls as Rams. And yes, the 49ers haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994, when the VCR was still being used. But it doesn't change the fact that we still have five rings compared to your two rings. That doesn't change. The Ram fans want us to believe that we are irrelevant because our last Super Bowl was in 94 and their last Super Bowl was in 2021. Yes, your Super Bowl is more recent, but it doesn't change the fact that you only won two Super Bowls. We have won 5. So get out of here with, at least we won the latest. I don't give a rat's blankety blank how recent it was. It doesn't change the fact that we own the West. We will always own the West. Rudy calls us the little brother. But who is he kidding? The Rams are the little brother to the 49ers. How can a little brother have more rings than the big brother? The big brother has 5 rings. The little brother has 2. The other little brother has 1. And the adopted one, which is Arizona, has 0. The big brother, the man of the house, the owner of the West, is and will always be the 5-time Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers. Ram fans, Cardinal fans, and Arizona fans, never forget it. We have 5 rings. Even if you put the Rams 2 rings with the Seattle 1 ring, they're still behind us by 2 rings. And we're getting our 6th ring. We may get it as early as this offseason. We don't know. This year. We'll see. But it doesn't change history. Yes, we haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994, and the VCR was still being used. But it doesn't change the fact that we are 5-time Super Bowls. Right? That will never change. And until the Rams succeed us, once the Rams, if they ever get to 6. Now, I'll say this, and I know I'm bringing up the Rams a lot, and I apologize for those Niner fans that are like, why are you talking about the Niner fans? Rams fans. But get this. Listen, Ram fans, you're always saying that the last Super Bowl the Niners won was in 1994 when the VCR was still out, right? All right. For sake of argument, you're right. For the sake of argument, Rams fan, Rudy, you are right. We haven't won since 1994. But what the hell has the Rams done since? If we haven't made it to the Super Bowl, isn't that all those years that the Niners haven't won another Super Bowl? Isn't that an opportunity for the Rams to catch up? So yes, the Rams got 2 Super Bowls within that time. 2. But hello, we have 5. You had all that time since 1994 to 2021 to get your 5th or even your 6th Super Bowl. Why haven't the Rams taken advantage of it? So I don't want to hear that the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl was in 1994. If we're not winning it, you guys should have been winning it. And you guys only got 2 out of the 5 that needs to catch up to us. So, Ram fans, shut the hell up, man. Just shut it up. What's up, 49er fan 26? Thank you for allowing me to just vent. We need to beat the Seahawks on Thursday. Yes, we do. And we will. And we will become NFC champions. What's up, Niners Sickness and the Faithful? Great game. Great performance by Brock. Let's keep it going. What's up, David Villa? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. We got Scott. What's up, Scott? Welcome to the channel, Scott. Welcome to the channel. Brock is better than Jimmy G. There's nothing else to say about that. And this is coming from a Seahawks fan. I can say that Geno Smith is better than Russell Wilson. So you got that going for you. Right? Ravens and another team on their third quarterback as well. That's true. But I guarantee you their third string quarterback is not playing as good as ours. Right? I believe in him. John, what's up, John? What's up, Beto? Thank you for wiping your feet, John. I appreciate it. 916 Niner says, I don't hear any complaints about Jimmy Ward in the slot anymore. Hey, very good point, my friend. Very good point. He's starting to pick it up, and he's playing good in the slot. I like that. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing it up, my friend. That's a very, very good point. He put that hat on that ball. Oh, I wanted to mention too something about Greenlaw. I love Greenlaw. I love Aziz. I love Greenlaw, and I love Fred Warner. I truly hope that the Niners can truly bring back. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to bring back Aziz. I hope that the relationship between Fred Warner and Greenlaw is such a bond with Aziz that Aziz is willing to come back. I doubt it, but my point that I wanted to make is, not my point, but what I wanted to say was this. Greenlaw intercepted the ball from Tom Brady, okay? And it wasn't your typical interception. It wasn't like Greenlaw was just standing there and the ball hit him in the chest and he got it. Greenlaw earned that interception. He earned it. He flicked it to himself and he caught it. And what did Greenlaw do? Not only did he take that drive away from Tom Brady, at the end of the game, he went up to Tom Brady, and kudos to Tom Brady. Kudos to Tom Brady for doing it. But he went up to Tom Brady and said, hey, can you sign the ball that I intercepted from you? Do you know the humility in that by Tom Brady? The humility of Tom Brady. Greenlaw, he didn't mean no disrespect, but he told Tom Brady, can you autograph the football that I intercepted from you? And Tom Brady did it. So I give kudos to Tom Brady for doing that, but I love our players. I love that Greenlaw did that. I love that Greenlaw went up there and told Tommy Boy, sign my football or I'll kick your... In other words, President Harry Truman, the buck stop here. The buck stop here. What's up, Damien? I love that. Randy Turner says, Jimmy had to adjust to the position change is all. Last Second Sports. How you doing, my brother from another mother? Jesse. How you doing, Jesse? Debo will be back before the end of the regular season, so they say. Thank you for that update, Jesse. That's great news. I'm praying that God will continue to give favor to the doctors and that he will bring healing to Debo. We need to lift up Debo. We need to pray that God will just bring that healing to Debo. But that is great news, Jesse. That is amazing. That's better than great news. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that, because in yesterday's win, I was like, yes, we won, but it was a bitter win. It was a bitter win for me. Why? Because even though we kicked the crap out of Tom and the Bucs, losing Debo took all that excitement out of me. I love Debo. The fact that my boy Jesse from Last Second Sports, and if listen, his channel is like 10,000 times bigger than mine. So if you follow me, I know you follow him. But just for the little bit of that you don't follow Jesse, follow my boy Jesse at Last Second Sports. Him and his buddy. His buddy's a Detroit fan. I remember his name. I don't mean no disrespect, but he loves his Lions. His Lions are winning, as our Niners. So that channel is popping over there. But thank you, Jesse, for bringing me that news. Debo will be back before the end of the regular season, so they say. That is encouraging. That is very, very encouraging. Awesome. Because that did take the air out of me a little bit when we lost Debo. And I still enjoy the win. I'm still excited about Brock. But when Debo went down, I'm like, why? Now, I'm not blaming Kyle. But it still sucked that he got hurt. The fact that Jesse was able to say that he's hearing that he may be back by the end of this regular season is amazing. Niners all day, all damn day. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Danny Gray. We're going to need Danny Gray to step up. Absolutely. We haven't seen Danny Gray all year. A lot of people say it's because Jimmy G's been quarterback, that Danny Gray was brought in because of the arm of Trey Lance. The reality is this. We need Danny Gray. Who cares why he hasn't played? Can he start to play now? Has he developed? Has he become a better blocker? Whatever the reason that has ever kept Danny Gray, hopefully he has taken care and resolved those issues, because we're going to need Danny Gray. That pass for a touchdown on the outside hashes to CMC and Ayuk, that can be Danny Gray. Those plays can be designed for Danny Gray with that speed. Hopefully Danny Gray will be able to come back and be a big part of this offense going forward in the absence of one Debo Samuel. Jennings is another receiver that needs to step up. Now, Jennings is purposely used a lot for conversions of third downs. You know, when it's a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 1. Not 3rd and 1, but 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. They bring in Jennings. They need Jennings to continue to step up and play great football. We're going to need, this is where the next man steps up. But I want to say this thing, ladies and gentlemen. You got to love the depth of this team. You got to love the depth of this team. The Rams, Super Bowl champions, right? They have all these players. AD, they have their corner, Ramsey. They have this, they have that. But the minute they start losing their starters, they go from first to last, like this. They have no depth on their roster. The 49ers are on their third string quarterback. Last pick of the draft. Mr. Irrelevant. Okay? And we haven't missed a beat. We got it. Some may say we got him better with Brock. That is credit to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch in the front office. That is credited to the front office, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Our depth in this roster is amazing. We keep losing players, but we keep on winning. Name me another team that does that. Yep. Jennings, time to bust out and Danny Gray. We need Danny Gray and Juwan Jennings has done it more than Danny Gray. We just need Juwan Jennings to continue to improve, but we definitely need Danny Gray to bust out. Most definitely agree with you there, David. I see the need to win against, yes, when we beat the Seattle Sea Chickens on Thursday, we automatically become the NFC champions. We'll be 5-0 within our division. There's no way the Seattle can come back and get that division. All we got to do is take care of our business on Thursday. I understand it's a short week, but it's a short week for Seattle. Now, Seattle doesn't have to travel. They stay home. And the 12, whatever you want to, but if Carolina can go in there and beat the crap by running the ball, Seattle can't stop the run. Seattle's defense cannot stop the run. I don't have the stats for you. I should have had it, and I apologize. They cannot stop the run. What do the Niners do best? We run. We run the ball. Control the time of possession by running the ball. How many carries did we have on the ground? 32, I think, or 36? When you do that, you're always going to win your games. When you have that many carries on the ground, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to win your game. We need to control the clock, run the ball down their throat. Their defense is gassed. The Carolina Panthers ran the ball for over 200 and plus yards yesterday. Their defense is gassed. Their defense is playing on a short week as well. Then we come in and we start running the ball, and all we got to do is slap around. I'm sorry, Eric. I know Eric Willis is here watching. But if we can run the ball and disrupt Geno Smith, disrupt him, get in his face. Listen, we did not sack Tom Brady once yesterday. But you cannot tell me that our front four were not effective. We did not sack him, but you cannot tell me that we were not effective in getting in his face. Tom Brady was running for his life. He heard footsteps, and he wanted to get away from that pressure. Now, do I wish that Nick Bosa would have got a sack or two on Tom Brady? Yes. Why? Because once it's all said and done, and Nick Bosa retires, and possibly a Hall of Famer, if that happens, he could always say part of his resume, he sacked the GOAT. The fact that he didn't, and let's be real, what are the chances of Bosa ever playing the Bucs again? Unless we meet him in the playoffs. Then Bosa can get his redemption there. But my point being is, we put pressure on Tom Brady. We didn't touch him in the sense of sacking him, but we still destructed him. If we do the same to Geno Smith, destruct him, get him, hit him on his face, put him on the ground. Cover. We've been doing great covering. Cover decaf. Cover the other receiver. I can't think of his name. Lockett. Tyler Lockett. You cover them. We've been getting great safety. Listen, I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm just excited about everything. So bear with me. Bear with me. We brought in Shavarius Ward as a free agent. That automatically, we have a CB1, right? It's unfortunate what happened to Emmanuel Mosley. If Emmanuel Mosley would have been playing, oh my goodness. But Lenore has been stepping up. Kudos to my boy Lenore, number 38, for playing well. But Hufanga, Noah Hufanga, has raised his game. He has raised his game this year. And then who would have thunk it? You bring in Gibson, an older safety, because at the time, Jimmy Ward was hurt. And he has never relinquished his spot. Gibson has never given his spot back to Jimmy. Gibson is playing good football at safety. Our secondary is playing amazingly. The defense is complementing each other. The secondary complements the linebacker. The linebackers complement the pass rush. Everyone is playing like a unit in that defense. I said it once and I'll say it again. Great offense. They put people in the stands. But great defense wins championships. Can we win the Super Bowl this year? Absolutely. Am I overreacting because I'm an emotional fan? You may say that. All I know is our defense is playing the best football. This defense is better. Argue me. Let me know if you think different. I think this defense is better than the 2019 defense. I think this defense in 2022 is better than the DeForest Buckner, Richard Sherman defense. Tell me otherwise. If we can get the type of play from Brock Purdy the way we got against the Bucs. Listen, the Bucs defense is no joke. Forget about Tom Brady for a minute. Forget about the offensive line for the Bucs. It was never, I know the whole media and everybody, oh my goodness, it's going to be the young rookie Brock against Tom Brady. That is bullcrap. For the fact that we're content creators and the media just talking about it, something to talk about, that's all great. But the reality is this, Brock was never facing Tom Brady. He was facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense and Todd Bowles, their coach and defensive coordinator. And that defense is one hell of a defense. I think they were top 5 in certain categories. And yet, Brock ate right through it. I mean, he just went right through that defense. That throw to CMC on the outside hash was a spectacular throw, wasn't it? Wasn't that thing a beauty? That outside throw on the hash to CMC? And then that throw to Brandon Ayuk was amazing as well. Then he's mobile enough. Jimmy's not mobile. Brock is mobile enough to move around. He ran it in for a touchdown himself. This kid is special. After looking at the standings right now, Minnesota is 6-3 in the conference. Niners are 7-2. Thank you for looking that up, Eric. Appreciate that. So, Even if the Niners and the Vikings wind up with the same record, based on the conference right now, the Niners will get the second seed. I don't care what the Cowboys are at. The Cowboys are going to be number 5 seed no matter what. The Cowboys can lose I don't know if they can lose, but if they can win the rest of their games, they're still going to be, as long as they don't pass the Eagles. That'll change. But if they don't pass the Eagles, the Cowboys will remain the 5th seed no matter what. That second seed is in play between the Niners and the Minnesota Vikings. So thank you to the Detroit Lions, to my boy Jesse's friend. His team helped out the 49ers by beating the Lions. By beating the Vikings. Mariah, welcome to the channel. Mariah from 49 Faithfully. Welcome. Good to see you. I know that I'm a little bit behind in the comments. For that, I apologize. But I'm excited about this game. I'm excited what the Niners have established this far. I'm excited that Brock Purdy has played this well. I'm excited that Kyle Shanahan is able to keep the same playbook, if not open it up more with Brock that he did. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just my friend Nathaniel likes to say that I have pom-poms. Maybe I do. But to me, doesn't it look like Kyle Shanahan he puts more trust in Brock than he does in Jimmy? Is that just me, though? Doesn't it feel like Kyle Shanahan is able to be the genius that he wants to be with Brock and not so much with Jimmy? Like Jimmy was holding him back? Everybody calls Kyle Shanahan a genius. He is. But he's limited based on the quarterback that he has. Doesn't it look like he's become more of a genius play caller with Brock these last 2 games than he has done with Jimmy? Maybe I'm a homer. I don't know. But I've seen it. I agree with you, Niner Beto. I can't stand Baker. Yep. Thank God, no more Baker commercials. Yes. What's up, Eric? My boy Eric. How you doing, sir? Well, Baker is a better option than Josh Johnson. If he cleared waivers, that was the option. He is on the team. He is on a team. So next topic. You're the one that brought up the topic. No, listen. You're right. Based on what the performance on the field, Baker is better than. He is an upgrade over Johnson. I'm not going to lie. But I don't want the distraction of Baker in the locker room. Some people may say maybe he wouldn't have been a distraction. Maybe he wouldn't have been a distraction. Who knows? But the fact that the Rams took him and we didn't, I'm okay with that. Dallas chose T.Y. over him. Yeah, OBJ. What I've been hearing out of Dallas from the Cowboys is that they have looked into OBJ medical and they feel that he's not going to be cleared into maybe the second round of the playoffs. The Cowboys need help now. This is why I can see why they took T.Y. Hilton over OBJ. Not that T.Y. is going to be any better, but maybe reliable. Right? Steven Ortega in the house. How you doing, Steven? Welcome. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Niner Sickness, are you shocked or surprised Purdy played very well? I am shocked and surprised. Why? Because I did not watch a lot of film of him in college, so I'm not going to sit there and lie. But I am happy that he's playing good. I am happy that he's exceeding. See, it's not that he just plays good. I watched all 22 film against Miami. Then I started watching film from him in college. I look at his footwork. I look at his mechanics. I look at his throwing motion. I look at how he deals with pressure in his face. And all these things that I've seen, I have come out with positive thoughts about that. Not only that, but my boy, I say my boy, he don't even know I exist, but he's my boy anyway. JT O'Solomon. He's the quarterback whisperer or quarterback something. I forgot what it is. Anyway, he breaks down film on quarterbacks. And he did a 3-part on Brock. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. JT O'Solomon. Check out his channel. I think Eric, you know who he is. You like him as well. If you can put his YouTube channel on here on the comments board, I would appreciate it. If you don't know who he is, go and check him out. He did a 3-part breakdown film on Brock. Very, very interesting to watch. I will recommend for you to watch if you want to get a better idea of our third string quarterback. Yep. Well, Kinlaw is going to practice next week. How much he can stay playing, that's a whole different word. But we'll see. Niner sickness. I heard if we win Thursday week. Yes. That is correct. If the 49ers win on Thursday, they will win the division and put themselves in the playoffs for this year. All they got to do is win on Thursday, and they'll cement themselves in the playoffs this year. And they got to continue to win, though, because they want to get that second seed. I mentioned it earlier, how important and the difference between the second seed and the third seed. I'm going to recap it really fast. Third seed only plays one home game, one playoff game at home. The second seed plays 2 playoff games at home. If they win the first one, of course. Not only that, but if you're the second seed, and let's say for whatever reason, the Eagles lose in the divisional round, then automatically the NFC Championship game will be in Santa Clara. This is why winning the second seed is better than the third seed. And we're only 1 game behind Minnesota. And as Eric brought up earlier, not Eric Davis, but my boy Eric Willis brought up earlier, we have more wins within the conference than Minnesota does. So even if we tie with Minnesota, we win. We get the second seed. What's up, Friend Dog 89? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If we win the Super Bowl, Rudy and his little bagwagons, annoying Ram fans, will be quiet. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. If we win the Super Bowl this year, Rudy will not hear the last of me. Rudy's going to have to block me. I have his personal cell number. He's going to have to change his number because he's not going to hear the last of me. As if we don't win, I'm not going to hear the last of him. That I know for sure. But I like your comment, Friend Dog 89. Very true. Show that Hufanga pick against the Rams. Let's see. Do I still have it? I might have. Clips. Let's see if I can still. Hufanga. Charge. Hold on, guys. Nope, that's not it. Here we go.
Another 100 yards against the 49ers again for Cooper Kupp. This one is juggled, picked. There goes Hufanga. Hufanga, touchdown, San Francisco. Pick 6. $15-point game. Talanoa Hufanga, second-year pro from USC, becoming a force in the NFL.
There you go, Damian. There you go, my friend. There you go. I love it. You can never get enough of those interceptions for Hufanga, especially against the Rams. The same, everybody say it with me. I know I can't hear you, but say it anyway. Same old sorry ass Rams. Same old sorry ass Rams. Right? That's what they are. I hate the same argument with Eagle fans. That's right, Dina. You are in Philly. You are in the surrounding Philadelphia area, and I can only imagine the crap you have to hear when it comes to the Eagle fans. Sacktown Easy. What's up, Sacktown Easy? Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Would appreciate that. What up? Did you see Papa Purdy getting emote? Yes. Beautiful, beautiful sight. Listen, as a parent, seeing your child, it's one thing seeing your child play in Pee-wee, play in high school, play in college. But when you get to see your child live out his dream of playing pro football as a starting QB, that is amazing. Good for Purdy's dad. He raised him right. They supported him through Pee-wee. They supported him through high school. They supported him through college. And this is the rewards that they're reaping from their son. That was an amazing, amazing shot of his dad in tears, because we just look at the tears of the moment. But I can imagine him thinking of all the struggles of everyone always putting down his son. Your son is good, but not good enough. Your son is this, but he's not that tall. Your son doesn't have that arm. Your son this, your son that, your son this, your son that. Imagine everything he has heard under the sky. And now his son is leading the San Francisco 49ers, one of the best, if not the best organization in the NFL, to a win against the GOAT, so they say, of Tom Brady. To me, Joe Montana will always be the GOAT. Joe Montana is the only GOAT. I don't care if Joe Montana only won 4. Tom Brady has won 7. But you cannot convince me otherwise that Tom Brady would have been in the NFL as long as he has been if he played in the Joe Montana era. You can't even look at Tom Brady the wrong way. It's a flag. Joe Montana was getting his neck cut off every game. So to me, Joe Montana's the GOAT, not Tom Brady. I'm sorry. And you don't have to agree with me, but that's my thought process, and ain't nobody going to change it. Russell Wilson was excused from this season playoff yesterday. I heard he got a concussion, though. So prayers to Russell Wilson. I heard he got concussed. Whenever you get concussed, man, that's not a joke, man. So hopefully he'll be fine. It's funny that Greenlaw can make a pick as a linebacker, but Tart couldn't make it. Yeah, don't remind me of that game. But you know what? Listen, in Tart's defense, he still should have made it. And I believe if he would have made that play, the Niners would have been playing the freaking Bengals, and the Niners would already had the Niners would have had their 6th Lombardi trophy. The way that offensive line was for the Bengals last year, our defense was better than the Rams. So that drop by Tart hurt. It doesn't guarantee we would have won, but it does guarantee that they wouldn't have scored because that drop, then the Rams went on and scored in that same drive. That same drive that Tart dropped the ball on, the Rams went on and scored. So at the very least, they would have prevented the Rams from getting another score. And what did we lose by? 3 points, right? So do the math. But imagine playing in the biggest game besides the Super Bowl. Besides the Super Bowl, the biggest game is the NFC Championship, right? All the fans yelling and screaming. And that ball is coming straight to you. It probably felt like it took forever. And he overthought it. Tart overthought it. Sometimes when the ball comes out of nowhere, you react, right? I'm not making excuses for Tart. He should have caught it. But I'm just saying, sometimes when the ball just comes out of nowhere, you react and you catch it or you drop it. But when the ball's up in the air, and you're looking at it, sometimes you can overthink it and screw up. And I think that's what happened to Tart. He overthunk it and he dropped it. I think God wants us to win the Super Bowl. I hope so. If he told you something, let me know. Seeing Purdy's dad crying, watching his son throwing dimes, TDs made me cry. It was, whether you're a Niner fan or not, just being a parent and watching your kid grow up, you watch the kids through the good, the bad, and the ugly, make it to the professional level, start a game, especially with everything, with all the adversities that I'm pretty sure Brock had to face with his stature being only 6'1" and not having a strong arm faced. And now he's playing as a San Francisco 49er starting against Tom Brady. And you beat his ass? Yeah, that can get emotional pretty quick for anybody, especially for the parents. Yep. And remember, we need Debo. We need him. But the Niners did not lose a beat when Debo went down. They continue to score. They continue to play. Not to say that I don't want Debo back. Not to say that Debo's not important. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want people to misunderstand me. But we continue to fire even when Debo went down. And I like that. How long have I been on here? Oh my goodness, almost 2 hours. Lord help me. And I got to do a show at 6 o'clock with my boys. So I'm going to get off of here. Listen, at 6 o'clock, I do a show with my friends. It's called the NWO. If you're not following my boy Aaron, 49ers First Take. 49ers First Take. Make sure to tune into his YouTube channel. At 6 o'clock, myself, my boy Ryan from No Border Sports, my boy Bashar from 49er Minded, and my boy Aaron from 49ers First Take. We go live and we talk about yesterday's game. So if you haven't had enough of me talking for almost 2 hours, and you can bear on seeing my ugly face for another hour on his channel, come and hang out with us at 6 o'clock on the 49ers First Takes. I would appreciate that. I was wondering how with a helmet to padding that could happen. Yep. Carcast. What's up, Carcast? Welcome. Oh, there's my boy, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. I just want to, Carcast I said hello to already. Rick Diaz. What's up, Rick Diaz? How you doing, sir? Welcome. United Sickness. This is Rick with Deals That Light Got Her Niners fans. Okay. Mr. Joe is in the house. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Good to see you. Cornelius. How you doing, Cornelius Contreras? Great show. Thank you. It's Pearly time. Yes, it is. Kinlaw is not a bust. It's hard to say that he's a bust because he hasn't really played due to injury. Has he been a victim of circumstance because of injury? Yes. Is he really a bust? I don't know. He hasn't played enough for me to categorize him as a bust yet. The quarterback school with O. Sullivan. Yes. Thank you, Steve-O. Check it out. 3-part on Brock. He breaks it down. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Continue to support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Love you guys. See you guys at 6 o'clock on my friend's channel, 49ers First Take. God bless you. Until the next time, I'm out of here. Peace.